or 12, 2 of 2. 21, it is the combination of thought and love which forms the irresistible force called the law of attraction. All natural laws are irresistible. The law of gravitation or electricity or any other law operates with mathematical exactitude. There is no variation, and it is only the channel of distribution which may be imperfect. If a bridge falls, we do not attribute the collapse to any variation of the law of gravitation. If a light fails us, we do not conclude that the laws governing electricity cannot be depended upon. And if the law of attraction seems to be imperfectly demonstrated by an inexperienced or uninformed person, we are not to conclude that the greatest and most infallible law upon which the entire system of creation depends has been suspended. We should rather conclude that a little more understanding of the law is required. For the same reason that a correct solution of a difficult problem in mathematics is not always readily and easily obtained. 22. Things are created in the mental or spiritual world before they appear in the outward act or event. And by the simple process of governing our thought forces today, we help create the events which will come into our lives in the future, perhaps even tomorrow. Educated desire is the most potent means of bringing into action the law of attraction. 23. Man is so constituted that he must first create the tools or implements by which he gains the power to think. The mind cannot comprehend an entirely new idea until a corresponding vibratory brain cell has been prepared to receive it. This explains why it is so difficult for us to receive or appreciate an entirely new idea. We have no brain cell capable of receiving it, and we are therefore incredulous. We do not believe it. 24. If therefore you have not been familiar with the omnipotence of the law of attraction and the scientific method by which it can be put into operation, or if you have not been familiar with the unlimited possibilities which it opens to those who are enabled to take advantage of the resources it offers, begin now and create the necessary brain cells which will enable you to comprehend the unlimited powers which may be yours by cooperation with natural law. This is done by concentration or attention. 25. The intention governs the attention. Power becomes through repose. It is by concentration that deep thoughts, wise speech, and all forces of higher potentiality are accomplished. 26. It is in the silence that you get into touch with the omnipotent power of the subconscious mind from which all power is evolved. 27. He who desires wisdom, power, or permanent success of any kind will find it only within. It is an unfoldment. The unthinking may conclude that the silence is very simple and easily attained. But it should be remembered that only in absolute silence may one come into contact with divinity itself, may learn of the unchangeable law, and open for him or herself the channels by which persistent practice and concentration lead to perfection. 28. This week, go to the same room, take the same chair, the same position as previously. Be sure to relax, let go both mentally and physically. Always do this. Never try to do any mental work under pressure. And see that there are no tense muscles or nerves, that you are entirely comfortable. Now, realize your unity with omnipotence. Get into touch with this power. Come into a deep and vital understanding, appreciation, and realization of the fact that your ability to think is your ability to act upon the universal mind and bring it into manifestation. Realize that it will meet any and every requirement, that you have exactly the same potential ability which any individual ever did have or ever will have, because each is but an expression or manifestation of the one. All are parts of the whole. There is no difference in kind or quality, the only difference being one of degree. Another quote. Thought cannot conceive of anything that may not be brought to expression. He who first uttered it may be only the suggester, but the doer will appear. Wilson. Part 11, study questions with answers. 111. Part 12, study questions with answers. 111. How may any purpose in life be accomplished? Through a scientific understanding of the spiritual nature of thought. Let me read that again. How may any purpose in life be accomplished? Through a scientific understanding of the spiritual nature of thought. 112. What three steps are absolutely essential? The knowledge of our power, the courage to dare, the faith to do. 113. How is the practical working knowledge secured? By an understanding of natural laws. 114. What is the reward of an understanding of these laws? A conscious realization of our ability to adjust ourselves to divine and unchanging principle. 115. What will indicate the degree of success with which we meet? The degree in which we realize that we cannot change the infinite but must cooperate with it. 116. What is the principle which gives thought its dynamic power? The law of attraction, which rests on vibration, which in turn rests upon the law of love. Thought impregnated with love becomes invincible. 117. Why is this law irresistible? Because it is a natural law. All natural laws are irresistible and unchangeable and act with mathematical exactitude. There is no deviation or variation. 118. When then does it sometimes seem to be difficult to find the solution to our challenges in life? For the same reason that it is sometimes difficult to find the correct solution to a difficult mathematical problem, the operator is uninformed or unexperienced. 119. Why is it impossible for the mind to grasp an entirely new idea? We have no corresponding vibratory brain cell capable of receiving the idea. 120. How is wisdom secured? By concentration. It is an unfoldment, and it comes from within. Part 13 is next.